Hi again, everyone. Today we're going to create some brain rot from the Halloween event. And I also made a witch fusion, using a technique that's a bit unusual, but super cool. Curious? Let's get started. This is me. Why am I shrinking? He's the handsome guy who will be keeping you company. First we will build
Tartaragno.
We need to build it first, guys. Hang on. Here it is, the
Tartaragno.
Here's how it looks. Yep, it's a combination of a turtle and a spider. So yeah, become this brain rot. And look at its adorable face, guys. In this Lego version, it doesn't look scary at all. By the way, be careful when making this, or you'll get infected and become Teenage Mutant Spider-Man.
Oh no!
And don't let it crawl onto your... No, not cute. Come here, you annoying little spider. Wow, my bad, guys. Here's the comparison. What do you think?
Tartaragno.
Next, we're gonna build
Pinealotto Fruttarino.
Let's build it first. Here it is, the
Pinealotto Fruttarino.
Here's how it looks. And of course, for the smiling mouth, I'm using this burnt sausage. Wait, sausage? Oh no, my sausage has turned to ashes now. Look at, ouch! By the way, this back part is actually gills, because it's actually an axolotl. For the gills, I used a round brick with 3 bamboo leaves part. And I'm curious what would happen if Steve met this type of axolotl.
Hi, Steve. Sorry about my pet.
Here's the comparison. What do you think?
Pinealotto Fruttarino.
Oh hey, if you haven't watched my previous videos, I recommend watching it too. By the way, this is my new channel specialized for fun Lego stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you if you have, because we're gonna make a ton of Roblox themes. If you want to check out tutorials, head over to our main channel, Cosbrick. Let me know in the comment if you have any suggestions. Okay, let's get back to the video. Next, we're gonna build
Mummio Rappitto.
Here it is, the
Mummio Rappitto.
Here's how it looks. And in this Lego version, it looks like Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Michael, don't leave me here.
Here's the comparison. What do you think?
Mummio Rappitto.
Next, we're gonna build
Buho De Fuego.
Here it is, the
Buho De Fuego.
Here's how it looks. Here's the head part. And of course, it's movable. It can even rotate a full 300... Ow, I'm so sorry. Here's how I made the body section. I used the snot technique. To attach the wings. Yep, it's an owl fusion with a pumpkin. Or the pumpkin that fusion with the owl. Here's the comparison. What do you think?
Buho De Fuego.
Next, we're gonna build
Magi Ribbitini.
Here it is, the
Magi Ribbitini.
Here's how it looks. Here's how I made the bottom and top parts of the hat. And here it is, his cloak. Yep, it's fully posable too, guys. And the back part is also movable. All right, that's enough. And here's his face, guys. Isn't it absolutely adorable? Aww. I'm pretty sure this is Naruto's animal when he trained with the ninja wizard.
That's my boy.
Here's the comparison. What do you think?
Magi Ribbitini.
Next, we're gonna build
Jacko, Jack.
Here it is, the
Jacko, Jack.
Here's how it looks. Here's how I made the wizard hat. And here's how I made the front part of the hat. I used a combination of Technic bricks and plates. For the body section, I used the same snot technique as Buho De Fuego, because they're twins.
What?
Are you sure about that?
Here's the comparison. What do you think?
Jacko, Jack.
Next, we're gonna build
Snailenzo.
Let's build this racing brain rot first. Here it is, the
Snailenzo.
Here's how it looks. Here's how I made the shell. I used the snot technique and covered it with tiles. And of course, the wheels can spin, so it can race. But the rear tire is a bit stuck because of the shell. And here are the rear winglets and the front ones too. Oh, you think that's not enough? Of course, you can add more winglets to its shell. That's enough, right? With this winglet, it can be as fast as turbo. But I'm sure it's already very fast without that winglet. If it joined F1, I'm sure it would win. Wait, where did it go? I told you guys. Here's the comparison. What do you think?
Snailenzo.
Next, we're gonna build
Zombie Tralala.
Here it is, the
Zombie Tralala.
Here's how it looks. Yep, he's tralalero tralala. He got bitten by a zombie and turned into one himself. For the injured bone area, I used a grill part. And of course, you can move the legs into positions as weird as this. I used the tile round with bar and pin part to create the metal on its body, just like Frankenstein. And here are his yellow teeth. Here's the comparison. What do you think?
Zombie Tralala.
Next, we're gonna build
Vulturino Skeletono.
Here it is, the
Vulturino Skeletono.
Here's how it looks. Here's the body part. I used a lot of horn pieces for it. And here's the awesome wing part. And of course, it's movable so that they can pose like this. Though I have no idea what kind of pose this is. And here's the head part. You can move it freely because I used a ball joint. And I used this part for the claw section. Let's see if this can fly. I don't think so. Here's the comparison. What do you think?
Vulturino Skeletono.
Next, we're gonna build
Frankentteo.
Let's build it. Here it is, the
Frankentteo.
Here's how it looks. Here's how I added metal thing to its head. I used a tile round with bar and pin combined with brick modified. Guys, I accidentally sat on Frankentteo. I guess that's why he's all flattened, like he got crushed by a building. Do you guys think Frankenstein is a zombie?
Goo goo gaga.
I am not your pup.
Here's the comparison. What do you think?
Frankentteo. Frankentteo.
Next, we're gonna build,
Numai los mobilis.
but first, we'll make the taco. Here it is, the
Numai los mobilis.
Here's how it looks. Yep, it's a taco that needs a hotspot. And of course, I gave it a phone so it can ask you for a hotspot to subscribe to Cosbrick Story. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And of course, the Wi-Fi logo on top its head. And that's how you make it. Next, the skull. There it is, another.
Numai los mobilis.
Here's how it looks. Here's the phone, guys. Whose is the coolest? This one's head can move very freely. It can even go this far. I'm not even sure what it's for. And that's how you make both of them. So, will you give them a hotspot?
Hotspot.
Here's the comparison. What do you think?
Numai los mobilis.
Next, we're gonna build.
Eviledon.
Here it is, the
Eviledon.
Here's how it looks. Here it is, the arm view. And I use this mechanical claw for the claws. That sounds weird. And each one can move individually. And I also made its terrifying fins. So it can scare you so much. And here are its devil horns. Absolutely terrifying. And here's the mouth section. Of course, it can move, and it can bite you really hard and painfully. And I gave it massive fangs. But suddenly I feel like the color of Eviledon looks familiar. It resembles something. Let's find out. I found it, guys. Ash definitely gonna love this.
I choose you, Groudon! I think it's Groudon from AliExpress, just like me.
Here's the comparison. What do you think?
Eviledon.
Next, we're gonna build,
Spooky and Pumpky.
but first, we'll make the spooky. Here it is, the
Spooky and Pumpky.
Here's how it looks. Yep, nothing special about this part. Just a stack of plates, tiles, and modified bricks. And yeah, I used modified bricks for the eyes and the mouth. And without its eyes and mouth, it becomes the iceberg that the Titanic crashed into. Next, build the Pumpky. Here it is, the
Spooky and Pumpky.
Here's how it looks. Here it is, the leg view. Yep, it's covered in plants. And here it is, the big pumpkin head. For the head, I use the same snot technique as Buho De Fuego because they're actually the same. But I think it looks more like an orange than a pumpkin.
What do you mean by that?
Here's the comparison. What do you think?
Spooky and Pumpky.
Hold on. Hey, fake Spooky and Pumpky, you'd better go home now, or should I beat you guys first?
Spooky and Pumpky.
All right, it's all sorted out then. And last, here it is, the
6 7.
special brain rot just for you guys. Here it is, the
6 7.
Here's how it looks. I'm going to rate this brain rot solid 6 7. 6 7! Here's the comparison. What do you think?
6 7. 6 7.
And finally, we're going to make witch fuse. Here it is, the cauldron. Here's how it looks. Here's how I made the fire source. And this is the spot where the witch stands. Here's how the cauldron looks, guys. Want to know how I build this? Yep, that's right. I use the wheel part. Just the tire, guys. The rim isn't needed. Then just flip the outer part to the inside. It's a bit tricky, but I'm sure you guys can do it. Yep, this is a 100% illegal building technique.
Police, freeze!
For the inner part, I combine round bricks and round plates. Then just add the potion effect. After that, just pop it right in, guys. Or you can go with a regular brick-built design as usual. Next, we're going to make the witch. Here it is, the wrong witch. Here it is, the witch. Here's how it looks. Here's the arm section, guys. Trust me, you can create tons of poses with this arm. And of course, it can move forward for a stirring the cauldron pose. And here's the face section. I use the snot technique again for the mouth section. All right, it's time to combine the witch with the base. Here's how it looks once everything is combined. Here's the comparison. What do you think? All right, let's try this witch fuse. A strawberry pea shooter. Hey, that's not brain rot, you ugly, smelly witch. And that's how you make some Halloween brain rot and witch fuse. Don't forget to subscribe and hit like button. See you in Steal a Brain Rot 6.